Hi, this is Laurie. Thank you for taking the time to listen to my story. It's a story about breast implant illness and how I'm recovered. It's a wonderful thing, very personal thing, and hopefully empowering to know that whatever we face in life, that we can take our power back. And I did that and just wanted to share a little bit about how I was able to take my power back from breast implant illness. As a nurse practitioner for over the past 13 and a half years in the medical field, and with a background in holistic remedies and natural medicines for my ailments and my family's ailments, taught by my mom and certified in Ayurvedic medicine. I've always wanted to do the least invasive things. It's not even the least invasive things, like the best things to help my body. Least invasive is the coined term that we get. As nurses, we're holistic anyway. Before a nurse practitioner, I wasn't able to prescribe. So we have something called NANDA diagnoses. So all the time I would come up with things to help my patients that didn't require me writing a prescription. As a nurse practitioner, an allopathic nurse practitioner, we are told this is the disease, this is the symptom, this is the treatment, this is the medicine. We're not put back into these, holistic measures. Well, let's talk about the environmental, the lighting and the noise and the rest and the food and the movement and all of these things, right? We're not. And in a society, with this standard American diet with all these sugars, hidden sugars and food dyes and all of the, phthalates and our plastics that we put our food in, and there's just inundated, right? The EMFs and just all of the toxins, right? But we're made really wonderfully, right? We're made of a bunch of cells, and we have a lymph system that is just built to be like Pac-Man and go around your whole body and just get all the toxins and push it into the lymph system so we can breathe it out, pee it out and poop it out, and sweat it out, right? We have avenues to get rid of toxins, and breathing is very powerful. And so just using all of those different things and knowing that sleep was a part of it, knowing that I had to take very good care of my skin so it could exit all of the toxins, right? Everything had to be working. The gut has to be working so it can go to the bathroom. If you're constipated, you're just getting that toxins back. If your gut is not working and you have it's slowly draining, you're clogged up, then, we get issues in our bile's not working, and our bile gets really thick. And so you're just reproducing the same bile. You have to eliminate that bile in order for your gallbladder to make more bile. So it's just a process, right? So all of these things I had to take into consideration and really do a deep cleanse on myself. And so it was a step-by-step process, and it was a long process. And I did, a whole big journey. And I had a very regimented routine. And at first, it was just all about getting my body ready to detox, stabilizing from the surgery, then able to detox, making sure everything was open. Then I put myself through a whole system. I did testing, I did gut testing, and, I did a GI 5-map panel. Then I did, food sensitivities. I did a stool test. And then, you just keep going, right? You just look, you do something, and then you look for the results. How are you doing? How are you feeling? What's going on? And then there's advanced testing, with, genetic SNPs, and taking that and seeing what's going on with my body now. What does it respond to better than others? And comparing that to more functional lab testing as well. Like, why am I seeing this thing happening over and over again? One of the biggest things with breast implant illness, there's a lot of heavy metals and a lot of toxins in there too. And so even though I'd had some of these really elaborate tests and panels, I was very shocked to see in one of the other tests that I did that I had systemic yeast overgrowth in my body that did not show up, anywhere else. Well, sugar feeds yeast, right? So there has to be a whole protocol for that. And so that is one of the symptoms. If you're full of yeast, we know that kids with autoimmune issues, check that, right? Because there's probably yeast. And so I did a specific test for that. Okay. There's big protocols. It's hard to get rid of. So sometimes you do need, regular medicine if the homeopathic stuff's not working. And so you try and try and try, cat's claw, this whole big remedy of, all those things, but sometimes it's just best to go get the diflucan, and there's protocols and things like that. So that's my jam. That's what I do. Functional medicine is what I love. And just having this journey with the breast implant illness and going through this was a whole eye opener to change me from wanting to be in the hospital, taking care of, critical care patients in the ICU, all the way to like the med surge, to the neurosurge. I like people and I like healing them. I like knowing that I can save somebody's life if I needed to. But I would really like to help the people that want options for their healthcare. They want to know what's wrong. They don't want a pill. They want to fix it. They don't want to have diabetes and have neuropathy and not be able to feel their feet and not be able to drive. They want a good quality of life. And so, it's like when I imagine us as a vessel, and we're put on here to know how to use our vessel, which is our body. And so if I give somebody just all of this stuff and write this thing out, and it's like, here's your Lamborghini, and here's the instruction manual, go figure it out. And you just get in that Lamborghini and go and don't know how to use it. You're going to crash it. What are you going to do? So I just basically teach people, here's what's going on with your body. Here's how you do it. You just give them the simple roadmap. And I try to make it fun. My patients call me the medical detective, and we just go deep. And so we have all these group programs, and we just get together, have a lot of fun, learn about our vessel, learn about our machine, God's machine, us, that we're blessed to be living with an inside on this earth. And we have to take care of our mind, body, and spirit. And that's something I really had to do, because when your gut's on fire, your brain's on fire, you're not thinking well. And so really the true transformation was to stop the bleeding. And that was getting the toxic bags out. The damage was really done on my left breast, more so than my right. But it's also systemic, right? There's research that shows women that have donated their body to science, there's silicone in the brain, silicone in the muscles, silicone in the spinal cord. I mean, it's real. But the medical system does not recognize it. They won't give you a medical diagnosis, because it comes with a code, and that code is used for billing insurance. Insurance companies won't pay for it. They don't want to pay for it. And so it's a multi-billion-dollar company, and that's it, so take the power in your own hands. And that goes with anything. Like, is it a profit over people? You are priceless. There's no price on your life, longevity and being happy and loving yourself. And so that is something I had to do. I had to take my power back. I had to love myself. I'm like, I want to be around, and I don't want to suffer. And yeah, so my whole life has changed, and I'm very blessed and very happy to go back to nature, go back to homeopathy, go back to things that are going to help my body, knowing that I'm having this and I can support this, right? My grandson got stung with a wasp, and he was screaming. I went and grabbed the baking soda, made some quick paste, and slapped it on his leg. And I'm like, how do you feel now? What's the pain level? 1 to 10. Oh, it's a 3. I said, and what was it before? It was a 10. Or I think he said it 8 or something like that. But you see, knowing that you can just grab, this for like clove and lime for, hormones and little remedies, you know, just grabbing things and putting things together, putting tinctures together in blends and using that's my jam. And that's what I do. And I take that off of other people. They don't know this stuff, but that's okay, because I can give them the protocol and teach them what they need to know for their body. They don't need to know all of it. Nobody knows all of it. I know where to look for the things that I don't need. I don't have to have it all over my head, right? Because that's a lot. And we don't know what we don't know until we don't know. So I'm always searching, always learning, and always leveling up. So using the epigenetics with genetics, you know, getting rid of the toxics in my house, you know, trying to look at the lights and all that stuff. So those are some of the things that really helped me heal faster, I would say. The lymph system was a big thing. And, you know, if things are clogged up and they're not moving in the right direction, because your lymph system only moves in one direction. So you have to, you know, use things, you have to be able to cross over and just really, you know, work your lymph system. And so your lymph system, it's one way and it's slower. So you have to go slow. So if you're draining, say people get sinuses all the time, sinus issues. And I'm like, you can drain that. You could totally drain that. But you've got to go slow, and you've got to move it the way, you know, move it to the nodes, the lymph nodes, so it can exit, right? So there's ways. So I think that's kind of why people talk about dry brushing. You're just helping that circulation and stuff too. But with the lymph system, it's like the lymph, the fluid it's really superficial, kind of under your skin. So you don't want to press down too hard. You want to just kind of be kind of soft. So in between, and then just moving it, you know, you just move it to where the nodes are. So you just move it. You can do tapping and help open up the lymph system. You see people tapping all the time. You've heard about tapping, right? But that's what it does, is it helps get that things going, right? So there's all kinds of stuff. Grounding, I love grounding. We're electrons, we're made up of a whole bunch of energy. So getting out into my bare feet, I love being barefoot, getting my feet dirty. So that helps neutralize and cause balance in your body by getting rid of all those negative ions. Boom, and with Mother Nature. So some people really feel it when they're out in the woods, they're out just with nature, they can feel that, because we're all energy, right? And trees are life, and they have stories. You've heard of tree huggers. I'm not a tree hugger, but I'm not opposed to it. What else did I do? It's just a journey. So I'm just trying to give you some of the things that helped me along. Deuterium depleted water, that's a big thing. You know, just really moving with my interstitium, helping get out the toxins. I did that. What else did I do? Basically just made everything ready to open, my portals of exit open. Then I put myself on I think I did a 6-month with supplements at that time, because I needed them. Supplements are meant to be supplements, by the way. I don't like it when my patients come to me or my clients come to me, I've got these thousands of dollars worth of supplements and I still feel like crap. And I'm like, I'm sorry, what do you have? Let's try to see what you can use, because, you know, there's some people that will just do labs. They really don't know how to read them. And they'll just say, oh, this is wrong with you. Go take this pill, which is still it's a supplement, right? And they just keep giving them more and more. Now they got, instead of pharmaceuticals, they got a whole pharmacy of supplements that they're not using. People want to eat, people want to drink, people want to feel better. They want to use nature, and that's good. There's a time and a place. Okay. What else did I do? Because I could just keep rambling. And you're probably getting bored. I don't know. I made a course on breast implant illness. It's pretty, it's just me, and just made out of passion. So it's what it is. But every woman, a person deserves to know how they can heal from breast implant illness. So I've helped women. I've flown with them while they had surgeries, help recover from them. I do coaching, one-on-one coaching with our breast implant illness clients, and we'll probably put together some programs someday to help them, maybe, I don't know. But it is what it is. We have a Facebook group page, but it got shut down because we're so censored, and my page was taken down. And so it sucked. So I don't know. We'll see. But that's my story. That's my sickness. I'm healed, and I'm here to help heal you. So hang with me.